Welcome, welcome, yogis. Donna and Val, how are you? This beautiful Tuesday morning, I was up really early. I went to do a private out social distancing out in the lawn. So, really a beautiful morning to do yoga under a tree. So, today, as we get going, this nice sort of gentle, slow flow, trying to really take some nice deep stretches today. So we'll warm ourselves up with a little bit of sun salutation and then move into some nice lower back and leg stretches. So let's get going. So I have two blocks and some blankets. So if you need a little bit of extra support, I really encourage this. It's really helpful to find a little bit of lift into your lower back, your pelvic floor. And I just found a dog toy or dog bone in my stack of towels, of course. So I just encourage you to do that. And then as we find our seat this morning, right, I'm in Sukhasana, this cross-legged pose. If that's where you are in that Sukhasana, fabulous. If not, just find another seat that's comfortable to you. So the legs can be wider. You can come into Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet together. So really just make it about you. And then as we drop in this morning, this beautiful Tuesday morning, just drop into our bodies, right? I don't know about you, sometimes I get out of bed, hit the floor, and off I go. And there's not even a pause to just take in that space of gratitude for the day, gratitude for our practice, gratitude for all that we do have. And I'm an endless teacher of that, and teacher to myself and teacher to others. Just that reminder that we are enough, and this moment right here, right now, is a beautiful moment. It's the only moment we have. So as we drop into this, as we just feel this inside of us, as we practice loving kindness to ourselves and loving kindness to others, walking through this world, just notice the breath. Just breathe in, breathe out. No particular right or wrong, no particular way of breathing. Just let the sounds around you slowly become a whisper. And let that mind, the thoughts, maybe even observe what they are. Maybe what you need to accomplish on this day, right? Your list, or maybe a conversation from the past that you might have had that's just staying there and won't release. See if you can follow the breath into that heart space, into your heart center, which then allows you that space to let go, right? That focus to let go. Softening the muscles of the face, the shoulders. And then just begin to take shape of this breath as we move into the pranayama of Durga pranayama. This is a 3-part breath that moves through the body from the belly, the ribs, up into the heart center and back down. This breath about finding that balance, calming the nervous system, right? Focusing the mind. And this breath is a full breath, right? Not forced, not fast. It's just full in and a full exhale. So as we begin, sitting a little taller, softening the eyes, just begin to feel that first breath into your belly, ribs, and up into your heart center. Heart center, ribs, down into your belly. Feel this breath. Inhale, belly, ribs, heart center, ribs, down And again, fill up the belly. Let it move to the ribs, up into the heart space. And heart space, ribs, down into the belly. Beautiful belly, ribs, heart center, and heart center, ribs, down into the belly. Follow this breath, belly, ribs, heart center, ribs, down into the belly. Staying with that flow, just follow it on your own. Just follow the breath, let it be long, slow, and full. Few more rounds. And one more round. And then bring these palms together, Anjali Mudra at your heart center, and bow this beautiful mind, this beautiful head down to your heart. So moving more with your heart and less with the mind. Feel that breath within you. And just honor yourself, right? Your practice today. One more breath here. Beautiful. And then just lift your head. We're going to take these arms and we're going to reach them over our head. So get that nice big reach. And we're going to interlace the fingertips. Yeah? And then turn the palms up to the sky. And just a little bit of movement here. Maybe move the head as well. Get that length into the side body. Shoulders melt away from the ears. Good. Now take another breath here. Inhale. And with the exhale, just kind of reach into those palms. Stretch out those arms. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. And again, just get that nice reach. Navel lifts in and up. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to take and release these hands. We're going to take another inhale. And that right hand comes across to that left knee, and left hand comes behind you as you exhale. Grow long, and then begin to take a twist. Let it run through your body, from your navel, your ribs, into your heart center and shoulders. Find the breath again. Open up that heart. And again, another breath. And then from here, we're just going to let that chin kind of dip down a little bit towards that left chest. So you get a nice stretch into the space, into the right edge of the neck, down into the shoulder. Take your breath. One more. Beautiful. And then slow. We're not going to reach the arms back up. We're going to bring them back now and cup those knees. And we're going to inhale, open up the front of the body as you move into your cow. And then you're going to exhale, round back as you move into a cat. Inhale, move into your cow, heart lifts, shoulders melt. And exhale, rounding into your cat. Two more. Inhale, lift up, nice loosening of the lower back. Exhale as you round. Good. One more. Inhale, lift your heart, tail reaches behind you. And exhale, rounding into the back of the body. Good. Lift your heart up, back into that neutral spine. And again, take these arms, reach them up to the sky. And we're going to interlace the hands again, but you're going to try and switch which pointer finger is on top. It'll feel very odd. And then from here, turn the palms up to the sky, lift the navel in and up. Relax the shoulders, all these details. And then take your breath, inhale. And with the exhale, stretch the arms, melt the shoulders. Two more. Exhale. One more. Exhale. reach the arms up to the sky, and then that left hand crosses over to the right knee, and the right hand comes behind. Take a nice inhale, grow long. Navel draws in, ribs, chest, shoulders as you exhale into this twist. And my dogs are barking. Take your breath, I apologize. And stay with the breath. One more breath here. Good, now stay in the twist and just let that chin dip down a little bit. So you're kind of dipping it down towards that right chest and then letting that left shoulder melt away. There's a big stretch that comes there, so just connect to that. Breathe in and out. 2 more breaths. One more breath. Sorry about that. We'll lift the head slowly and then come back through to center. And then again, we're going to inhale, lift to that cow, heart lifts. And then exhale, you're going to round into that cat. 2 more. Inhale, lift the chest, tail reaches behind, heart opens. And exhale, round down. Good. Last one. Inhale, lift the heart, open it up. Exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tail. Beautiful. Now sit nice and tall here. We're just going to take these legs and we're going to extend them out in front of us. So this is where some of those props come in handy. I want you to take a blanket, roll it up, and slide it behind the knees. So from the side angle, it'll look like that. And from here, we're going to take a nice inhale, grow long, and then exhale, just very softly slide forward. So you can see I'm not going very deep, but I definitely feel this into my lower back and up the back of the legs. But I'm not looking for it to be the most intense stretch. I just want to just feel some space come into the back of my body. Excuse me. And then just breathe here a little bit. Just notice the sensations. We pause here, soften into it. Good. Inhales and exhales. And just let your breath guide you here. Just kind of draping here for a little bit. Head can release, neck and shoulder blades can open up. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Now really important, we're going to lift the belly button in and up. That means contract the core. And we're going to roll ourselves up. Good. Shoulders melt down, away from the ears. Heart lifts. And then from here, you can keep that blanket there. We're going to take and bring this left arm to the outside of that right leg. And this right hand comes behind us. Again, it's a little twist. I want you to push that left hand into the outer edge of the leg. Lift the navel in and up and begin to twist. Breathing in, breathing out. And just notice, I'm not collapsing and I'm also not stressing that twist by over twisting the shoulders and the neck. There's nice control here. A little bit of flexion into the feet. Good. 1 more breath. And then very slowly, we're going to come back through center. And we're going to take that right hand to the outside of that left leg. And that left hand comes behind. And then grow long. Draw the navel in as you begin to take this twist. Opening that heart, but really twisting through the whole center line of your body. Good. Find your breath. And again. Beautiful. And then slowly, we're going to come back through to center. And I just want you to kind of cup the knees a little bit or bring the hands behind the knees. It's up to you. And then we're going to sit back into this, but slightly push through the heels. Yeah? So feel a nice stretch up the spine. Similar shape we did earlier. Good. 2 more breaths. a little bit, leaning back. One more breath. Perfect. Now lift the belly in and up as we come up. Yeah, and then we're going to make our way round to hands and knees, tabletop position. So finding your way, you can always bring a blanket underneath the knees, right? That's always a nice little added bonus if you have any sort of discomfort in your knees. You might just slip them right there onto the blanket. And then from here, spread the fingers, knees a little bit more hip distance apart. And we're going to take and move the hips to the right and the torso to the left. And you can see I'm kind of moving here a little bit, kind of massaging that right hip. And that chin kind of reaching round, the gaze reaching round, and then a little bit of a tuck. Again, just find what's going on into the back of the body, deeper into the right side. Now, really important to come out of this, lift the navel, come through center, and at center, pause. We're going to take an inhale for one cow, curl the toes under, lift the tail and chest. And then exhale, round into that cat, spine to the sky, chin tucks, tail tucks. Now coming back through to neutral, again, hips go over to the left, torso goes over to the right. And then take that nice little twist here, gaze wraps around, and then just let the chin dip a little bit, deepening in to that left edge of your body. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. One more breath. Beautiful. And then very slowly, again, lift the pelvic floor, come through center, curl the toes under, lift the chest, lift the tail. And then as you release the toes, round into that cat, should feel good. Beautiful. Now from here, we're going to come back to that neutral. And I would like us to move into downward dog. So again, if that's not in your practice because of a bad shoulder or it just doesn't work for you, then come into a child's pose. Maybe keep the hips a little bit higher and explore that. So in this dog, if you have blocks, another great thing, place them under your hands, curl your toes, and then lift to your downward dog. My feet, especially for my first dog, are a little bit wider. Don't let the head go. Yeah, and a soft little pedal through as you lift one heel, bending the knee, and lifting the other. I'm trying to get the shoulders away from the ears and the spine long, and the knees again. They don't need to be straight. They can be a little softer. Good. Take your breath here and just feel this first downward facing dog. Take another breath. Beautiful. And then from here, if you're in that child, we're going to walk our hands back, and if you have the blocks, you can come and bring them with you to the back of our mat, and the feet are going to be a little bit wider. And we're going to take a half lift here. Hands might lift up on the blocks or find the shins, and then melt into your Uttanasana, forward fold. And then just let yourself rock here. And again, legs do not need to be straight. Let's soften them a little bit so that that lower back can begin to open. Maybe opposite elbows, again, to create a little bit of a shift, a little bit of weight there. Breathing into the shoulder blades, the head. Good. One more breath. Take a nice inhale. If you have the opposite elbows, release the arms with the exhale. And then take opposite of what you had, finding an inhale. And that exhale, and same thing, just rock a little bit side to side, shift the feet. Shift the weight between the feet. Good, one more breath here. Good, and then take an inhale. Release the arms on that exhale.
tuck the tail, tuck the chin. Arms are heavy as we roll up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and at the top, 1, the shoulders roll away from the ears, the heart opens, neck is long, arms are down alongside the body, and just feel that space. And then take a nice inhale as you sweep the arms up to the sky, and we're gonna hook the thumbs and exhale over to the right. Take your breath there. And again. Good, one more breath. Come back through to center, switch the hook of the thumbs, exhale over to the left. Inhale and exhale. One more. And then exhale. Coming back through to center, we're going to take a nice inhale and then fold through our center line. So I'm bending the knees, my palms are drawing together as I melt through, exhaling. Find another inhale, hands can come to the shins, that half lift. And then if you have the blocks, you might find them. Bring the feet a little bit closer together and walk back out, finding that downward facing dog or that child's pose, up to you. And just find the breath here, that energy as you root out of the earth through the arms, spreading the sit bones down into the heels. Take another breath. Good. And then from here, slowly we're going to take our gaze forward. If you're in your child, we're going to make our way to the front of the mat. So maybe a few little steps, taking those blocks. Find a half lift as you arrive, Ardha Uttanasana, and then melt into it, Uttanasana. Good, and from here, we're going to take these arms, reach them all the way out to the side and up. Good. And palms together at the heart center as you exhale. Good, breathing in, breathing out. One more. Perfect. Now from here, we're going to do one full sun salutation that'll lead us through and bring us back here. So palms together at the top, standing nice and tall. Take a nice inhale as you reach the arms up to the sky. Palms together at the top. Soften the knees as you swan dive forward, but slow, controlled, supporting your back. Slide into that half lift, spine goes long. Planting the hands, you might slide those blocks in or step back, downward facing dog. You can always come into your child, leaving it out. It's up to you. Take your time. Connect to your body, most importantly. 2 more breaths here. Shoulders move away from the ears, a little external rotation of the elbows. And then from here, we're going to come through, just slide through, find that plank. And at that plank, you can always bring your knees right down to the earth or keep them lifted. Stay with the breath, the collarbone spread, the navel lifts in, heart is open. Take another breath. Now, knees for all of us are going to come down. Good, we're going to shift forward a little bit and then lower chest and chin down to the earth. Feel the arms working. As you arrive, just slide that heart up off the earth. Just peel it off and then lower. And 2 more like that. Inhale, just peel your chest off the mat a little bit and then lower. 1 more. Open up the heart, shoulders melt away and then lower. From here, we're going to reach again towards this Bhujangasana Cobra, but we're going to push out of the arms, tabletop, curl the toes under, and downward facing dog again. Just take your time, pedal around a little bit. You can always move into child. 1 more breath. Good, now from here, we're going to soften the knees, take the gaze forward and step or hop. It can be lots of little steps as you make your way to the front of the mat. Slide into that half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale in, Uttanasana. And root to rise on that inhale all the way out and up. Good. And exhale into your heart center. Pausing there, taking a breath. Reconnecting, endlessly reconnecting. One more breath. Perfect. So now we're going to move into some knee down lunges. So if you need that blanket, keep it close by and those blocks. We're going to take a nice inhale, sweep these arms up to the sky, and then fold forward. Exhale, Uttanasana. Feels so sweet. Half lift as we grow long. And then planting the hands, step that right foot back. Take your breath here, find that length. And again, if you want to bring that blanket underneath the knee as we bring the knee down, please do. Right? Find that space, so fingertips on the earth or slide the blocks in either side. Take a breath here. That inhale, I want you to lift your chest a little bit. And with the exhale, I want you to lift the navel to the spine and round to the sky. Good. Inhale, lift your chest, open it up. And exhale, hollow out as you round to the sky. Good. One more like that. That inhale. And that exhale. Beautiful. Now, find that nice long spine. And here's where that block might come in. If you're not using it, you might place it underneath that right hand. And we're going to take this left hand. We're going to first bring it to our waist, fingertips kind of wrapping in that crease. We're going to begin to take a twist from the belly button to the ribs, to the chest, to the shoulders, opening up. And then maybe that top arm goes to the sky, shoulders away from the ears. Take your breath. And again. Beautiful. And then slowly that left hand comes back down. And we're going to take an inhale to grow long in our spine. And then slow, extend that left leg long as you stretch it out. Yeah. So taking your time here. Remembering that this is not just about the back of that left leg, but there's also this reaching through the lower back and lengthening of the spine as you melt into this. So just find a little bit of that movement with the breath. Good. Take your time. And again. One more breath. And then slowly, this left foot is going to come back down onto the earth. And we're going to take and allow this left foot to walk out a little bit, so come a little bit wider. Too many props for me. And so we're moving into this lizard pose. So hands are to the inside of that left leg. The heart is open, and I'm using the blocks just to help the hips, right? So they don't go too deep. And then send the heart forward, shoulders melt away from the body. And just pause here. Notice how it feels. And just take a few breaths. There's a lifting of the pelvic floor, but also a melting into the hip. So I don't want us to collapse, but I want us to kind of drop in. Now from here, let your head go. Yeah, completely. Breathing into the backs of the shoulders. And again. Perfect. And then begin to lift your head, open up your heart. Good. And then from here, we're going to take these blocks either side of that left foot. And we're going to just kind of shift back a little bit. We're going to lift this right leg up. And we're going to walk around
to the right, coming into that wide stance. So my blocks are coming with me. You can do the same if you like. Get that nice long spine. And then melt like you're letting go. Just let everything melt off you. Yeah, so maybe you use the blocks. Maybe you don't need to. Whatever supports you, whatever feels right. You can always move the hands. Just help yourself go deeper. Good. Taking your breath here. Feel the breath. 2 more. Good. 1 more. Feels good. And then very slowly, if you have those blocks, maybe finding them again if you let them go. Find that nice half lift as you lengthen. And then from here, we're going to take and turn the back toes out, and we're going to walk around to that side, finding the lunge at the back of the mat. Right? So remember, we stepped back earlier. Now we're in that same place. And you might place a blanket under that knee as we let that left knee melt to the earth. And here we are. We're in that lunge. And just feel the space here for a moment. And then moving into the nice flow of the cow and cat, lifting into that cow, heart opens. And tucking the tail, tucking the chin, rounding into that cat back. And again, lifting a little bit of that cow. And exhale, cat. 1 more like that. And exhaling. Beautiful. Now from here, we're going to take that nice inhale again, reaching long. Now here's that option. Left hand can stay on that block or be on the earth. Right hand slides to your hip crease. Lengthen the spine and then begin to take a twist as you open up, kind of stacking the shoulders, lifting the navel in and up. And then here's that option, that top arm might reach for the sky as well. Breathing. And again. 1 more breath. I know it's a lot. And then slow, bring that top hand back down. And then from here, nice and slow, we're going to take this right leg and we're going to come into lengthening it. So you might walk that foot out in front of you a little bit more, shifting the hips so that right hip rolls back, left hip rolls forward. Find your breath. Inhale and exhale. Good. 2 more. And that exhale, just let yourself create space, not force. I said 2 more, but I really want a few more. So just connect to how it feels. Right sit bone drawing back, belly lifting in and up to lengthen you over the leg. Good. Now is about time for just 1 more breath. Perfect. And then from here, we're going to move. So that right foot comes down onto the earth. We're going to take that right foot a little bit wider, bringing the blocks to the inside of that right foot. And then kind of coming forward into this lizard pose. The shoulders melt away from the ears. The heart opens. And we're just kind of pausing here, just to notice where maybe you're gripping, where you can soften. But then noticing also, I want you not to collapse into the belly, but kind of slightly lift the belly, but also let the hips dip into it. Another breath. And then slowly let the head go. Breathing into the back of the body. Notice where it goes in your body. Good. 1 take these blocks, they're going to come either side of that right foot as you shimmy that foot back underneath you. Lift that left knee off the earth, and then we walk back around, finding that wide stance that we had before. Yeah, take your breath here. And then melt into it. Again, make it yours, so the blocks are really very useful. You might even take the hands off the block, slide them into up to the outer edges of the thighs. You might take a yogi toe lock. You might take the arms and wrap them around behind you. With all of these shapes, make it yours. Take what you need. Lift the inner arches, lift the pelvic floor. Good, one more breath. And then slowly releasing the hands back down to the earth. Find a little bit of that lengthened spine or that half lift. And then turning the front toes out, walking back to the front of your mat. We're back in that lunge. And this time, find your way to step forward. So maybe it's one big step, maybe it's lots of little steps. Take the half lift. Melt and release, should feel good. And root to rise, sweeping all the way out and up to the sky. And as you arrive, heart opens, palms come together and draw into your heart center. And just feel that space within you. Again, as we endlessly revisit all the goodness inside. Letting that busy mind, that monkey mind slip away. One more breath here. Perfect. Now from here, we're gonna play with that balance of tree pose, a wonderful practice to do when we just need to be grounded and refocus our energy. So this tree pose, again, you can do a modified version with the heel at the ankle, or you can take it as far as you'd like, bringing that foot to the inside of the groin and kind of pushing the heel in. So always up to you, whatever you want to play with. I just encourage you to start slow with me and then move into what's right for you. So standing tall, palms can be at the heart center. And then find a drishti, a focus out in front of you. And then begin to take, for me, I'm going to use my right foot and bring that heel to the ankle and let the ball of the foot melt to the earth. Lift out of the hips. And then maybe this is where you stay and begin to play with the arms, or maybe you slide that foot up the calf, focusing your eyes out in front. Feel the breath. Feel the beautiful breath. And if you like, you can always reach down, find that ankle, and bring that heel up into the inner thigh, watching your balance. Maybe the arms reach back up to the sky. Breathing in, breathing out. Staying just 2 more breaths. Beautiful, rooting to rise. And then slow, hands come down to the heart center. And as you release the foot, bring it back down to the earth and just kind of shake it out a little bit. Should feel good. Nice. And then coming to the other side, the same thing. Just find that earth underneath your feet, that Tadasana shape, that pose. And maybe that left ankle slides. That left heel slides to that right ankle, gaze out in front. You might stay here. Sweep the arms up to the sky, and then you might find you slide that foot to the calf. You might go further, up to you. Whatever feels right. Breathe in, breathe out, and again. Beautiful, one more breath. Love it.
And then hands come down, slow, controlled to the heart center. And that foot comes down to the earth. Let the arms go. And just feel your body here as you reestablish that Tadasana. Heart opens. Take your breath. Perfect. Now, from here, we're going to come back standing at the front of our mats. Gaze out in front, heart is open, shoulders melting away from the ears. Palms to your heart center. Take an inhale, sweep up, open up that heart. And then exhale as you fold forward, Uttanasana. Half lift as you grow long. And we're going to step right foot back. Good. And we're going to take that right heel, turn it down onto the earth. Toes are going to turn out a little bit. We're going to take a nice inhale, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, extend that front leg. Take a breath. Inhale, grow a little longer. Left sit bone rolls back, right hip rolls forward as you exhale into this pyramid pose. Breathing in. Breathing out. You can always slide these blocks underneath the hands. Remember that these props are about you. You can always shift that back foot in a little closer as well. Let the neck relax. Good. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Perfect. And then from here, bending that front knee a little bit. If you step that back foot in, step it back a little bit, turn the toes out a little bit more, and hands can come to the top of that left knee as we lift up. Hands come to the hips. Take a breath, inhale, and exhale as we find this warrior one legs, right? This foundation. From here, begin to sweep the arms up to the sky. And exhale, gaze out in front. Finding some nice strength here. Left knee over that left ankle. Take your breath. From here, hook the thumbs. Take another inhale. Take this over to the left as you breathe into the right edge of your body. Nice big stretch there. Good. 1 more breath. Perfect. Now coming back up. Nice long spine. Take a breath. Inhale. And then begin to fold forward. Hands re-find the earth or the blocks as you exhale. Step forward. Lengthen. Melt. Uttanasana. Good. And then find those blocks again. Coming to the other side. Stepping that left foot back. Heel comes down onto the earth. We want to find the space where that heel can come down. We're going to grow long and extend this leg as you exhale. Yeah? So that right sit bone rolls back. Take your breath. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. And remember, you can always step this back foot in a little closer to take some of the intensity out if you're really tight into the glute and hamstring, or keep it a little bit further back. Yeah. Go in, right? Worry less about how it looks on the outside. I'm a good example of that. I am not a flexy, balancy person. So right here in front of the camera, you get to see it all. And I just go inward, feel the goodness of the practice. Drop into what's happening in my body as I release that mind that really wants to get involved and tell me to go deeper or further, or you're not good enough. I just let that go. Good. 1 more breath. And then very slowly, we're going to take this front knee and we're going to bend it a little bit. And that back foot, if you stepped it in, step it back and then turn the toes out slightly. Lengthen the spine. Slide the hands to the top of that knee and begin to lift yourself up. Hands move towards the hips. Left hip rolls forward. Heart is open. Take your breath here. Focus out in front. This warrior one footing. Feel your strength. One more breath. And then from here, begin to sweep the arms up to the sky. Melt into it with your exhale. Find again this Virabhadrasana one, warrior one, energy from that back foot up into the fingertips. Now from here, hook the thumbs, take a breath, and then take this slightly over to the right. As you do, you're lifting the navel in and up, and just feeling a little bit of that activity into the front of that left hip. Take another breath. Beautiful. Slowly, we're going to come back. Take a nice inhale. Hands are going to come down to the earth of the blocks. Good. And then this time, instead of stepping forward, step back. Maybe that downward dog, or maybe you come in to that child's pose. Take your time here. Wherever you are, we're taking a few breaths, just reaching out of the earth, spreading the sit bones, melting down into the heels. Can you find all the goodness within you as you take this shape? One more breath. If you're in that downward dog, very slowly coming out of it, bringing the knees down to the earth. And then we're all going to come around to a seated position. You might slide that blanket back in, sitting up on it. And this time we're going to take and bring the soles of the feet together. Baddha Konasana. Yeah, so should feel a little bit more space than when we started into that lower back. Shoulders melt down away from the ears, heart opens, knees rest towards the earth, right? They don't touch, but they're just kind of resting into this earth. Take a breath. Relax the shoulders with your exhale. And another breath. Good. Now, from here, just still working a little bit on that lower back, I want you to take and just slightly turn towards that right calf. Maybe that left hand finds the ankle, that right hand finds the knee. Get a little bit of length here, and then reach over that calf, and then begin to let the head go. Yeah, so kind of just dipping down here. You're gonna feel some nice space into the inner thighs, but also into the left side of the body. Subtle maybe for some of you. Just kind of dipping a little bit of a twist. One more breath. Good. And then tuck the chin, draw the navel in and up. This is the process. It's slow as you roll up. Support the back, really important. Good. And then come back through to neutral spine. Now we're going to do that on the other side. So that right hand begins to find that ankle or shin. That left hand finds the knee. We're going to lengthen and then slowly begin to take a little bit of a twist and reach over the calf. You're kind of reaching over and then let the head go. And you might adjust a little bit as you find this shape. Feeling a little bit more into the right side of the body, the hip. Let the head release. One more breath here. Deepen into it with the exhale. And then very slowly tuck the chin, tuck the belly in and up as you roll yourself up. Exhale out. Now we're going to go forward. So take a nice inhale. Lengthen the spine as you slide down. Exhaling, hands wrap around the toes.
Take a breath. Inhale, grow long. Exhale, melt. So that whole lower back, inner, outer hips and thighs. Let the head go. Breathing here. In and out. Just feel the breath into the back of the body, all the way from the tail up the neck to the crown of the head, and back down. Good. One more breath. Now, really important, draw the belly button in and up, and slowly roll yourself up. Good. And as you arrive, heart opens. Good. We're going to take these legs out again, and we're going to extend them long. And same thing, you can always roll that blanket or towel behind the knees, extending the legs. So again, we did this shape early on in our practice, so we're just kind of visiting it again, see if there's a little more space. So shift the sit bones, take an inhale, grow long. And then slowly as you slide over the legs, take your time, melting into Paschimottanasana. Inhale, lengthen maybe a little bit more, and exhale. And again, just find that rhythm of the breath, taking you deeper, possibly without force. Two more breaths. Beautiful. And then ever so slowly again, draw the navel in, tuck the chin, and round yourself up. Good. Sliding that blanket out from underneath your knees as we make our way finally down onto our back. So find your way down. No fancy way, just connected, controlled. Should feel good. Soles of the feet onto the earth, and just take a couple windshield wipers here. Just letting that lower back feel some nice movement into it, especially after that forward fold. Perfect. And then from here, we're just going to take that blanket and we're going to slide it underneath us. So basically at the tail, the end of the spine, not the tail, but the end of the spine, where it comes really into that pelvis area. And then just pause here. It's a little bit of a supported bridge, and you can always be higher, right? I just have this rolled studio blanket. And just pause there. Should feel good. Did a nice little sequence of stretches. Good. One more breath here. Perfect. And then we're going to take these knees and we're just going to hug them into our chest. And just notice as you slowly do that, there's a little bit of that tilt of the pelvis. So that area right here gets a nice little rounding. And then we get a nice stretch into our lower back. So if your hands interlace and can wrap around the shins or knees, then perfect. If not, just as perfect to let the hands cup the knees or the shins separately. We just want to let go here. Again, loosening the lower back. This practice today, a little bit more working through tight lower back area. A few more breaths. Yeah, it should feel good as you pause. And then slowly from here, we're going to take these knees and we're going to open them a little bit wider. Toes might kind of draw together. And then we're going to wrap them around our rib cage. Neck is long, heart is open. Breathing in, breathing out. So now we get a little bit more of the inner thigh and hip, but also lower back as well. Take
Take 2 more breaths here. Beautiful. And then as the knees come back together, we're going to take these legs and reach them to the sky. So as we do, you might shift that lower support a little bit. I want it to be easy to have these legs up to the sky. Obviously the focus of keeping them there, but I don't want it to be like a shaking strain of a practice. I just want the blood to flow from the feet through the legs and back to the heart. So pause here. Take your time. As we take this inversion, should feel good. Just return to the breath to kind of mellow you out into this shape. Two more breaths. One more breath. And you can stay there with the legs lifted. Seriously, it is so good to do that. I just love kind of hanging out with legs to the sky or legs up the wall. Or bring the feet down to the earth. Slide that blanket out from underneath you. Gentle rock of the knees, side to side. Really good. Nice. And then from here, just make your way, extending the legs long. Or again, if you're in that inversion still, stay there. Yeah. Kind of create that space between the shoulder blades, that space into the lower back. Take a breath here. Inhale. And exhale. And just releasing here. Letting all of that flow, that gentle flow, settle into your body, that muscle memory of your body. Just breathe here, let go. Just feeling the goodness of your practice as you pause. Releasing into the earth. Being present for this moment with yourself. And then very slowly, just begin to roll yourself over to your side. And as you do, then just lift yourself up, finding your seat. And as you sit tall here, just notice how you feel. Notice the goodness. And bring your hands to your heart center. And bow into that loving space inside you.
inside me, inside you. Namaste. Thank you, my yogis. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your Tuesday. Tammy Lynn, hard to hear. I'm sorry. I was very soft in my voice today, so I do apologize. I think I was just feeling very mellow, and did not project my voice. I'm sorry. I hope you got something out of it still. Thank you, yogis. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.